Hey friends, welcome to the channel of Brenda, Mama B, Diamond Drillin'. Yes, it is that time again for a whip and chat, whip and gab, whip and vent, whatever you want to whip and talk about or listen. You're probably like, what's a whip? No, it's not one of those. Well, it is, but this is spelled a little different. This is like a W period I period P period for work in progress. I, sadly, am slacking on my WIP, and I really thought I would be further along than this, but life, friends, life. So you may be new to my channel, and you're like, well, what are you working on, Mama? I will tell you what I'm working on right directly as soon as I say, how are you? How is everybody today? I hope you are fantabulous. Sometimes you're not fantabulous, you just have to push on. You push on, you grab onto your friends and they'll pull you along. Yep. Sometimes that's just the way, that's what friends are for. And I hope my friends that are pulling me along right now, I hope they know that if they ever need to be pulled along, I am the person to help pull. Yep, I will pull you wherever you need to go. Okay, so I am I'm helping to host an event for Earth Day, the Earth Day event, with my good friends Mindy from Mindy's Diamond Moment and Maritza, Kiss My Craft, yes. And we are doing a kind of a collab with Mother Earth by Hannah Lynn. We each have a version of this particular print by Hannah Lynn, and I just happen to have a different maker. Mindy and Maritza have the Hannah Lynn, the original Hannah Lynn by Diamond Art Club. And I did some research on my Hannah Lynn. Okay, so my Hannah Lynn is from Dreamer Designs. And I went back to see when it had been released, and they released this Hannah Lynn on March 4th, 2025. So this kit is very new, so new. It's got Dreamer dust in it. It's got a dust drill and I'm pretty sure there's 5 ABs and the Dreamer dust. No, I'm choosing not to do any other bling with my Mother Earth. And so then, I got to get a move on because I don't want to be left behind. So we can compare the colors that Diamond Art Club used when they rendered their version of Hannah Lynn. Now, if you go and listen to Mindy's and Maritza's videos concerning their works, it's very interesting. Very interesting how they compare. It's crazy. I was lucky enough, I started diamond painting after, well, there was still some kits that you had to make your own stickers, and everybody had a Xyron sticker maker. I have one, I still haven't figured out how to use it, but it's very rare that you even need to make your own stickers now. There are some out there that you do, and yep, and it's fine. Like I have a kit now, a simple one that Yeah, I have to make my own stickers for, and that's okay. Oh, look, we have company. Hi, baby. Hello, baby. How you doing? Yep, our friend Butter has come to help. Yes. We'll talk about Butter in a little while. Yeah, she feels warm. Hopefully she's been laying on her heating pad. Okay, so I'm still in my little corner of the world here. Maritza, buddy, she is going to town on hers. And I've got to get going on mine. I already said that. Okay, let's see what else is there. So with my particular kit, there's 5 ABs, 1 Dreamer Dust. It's a 60 by 80. I didn't realize 60 by 80 was so big. And it's a square. I know that Mindy's and Maritza's is round. There's our round, is round, our round. There's 67 total colors in my kit and 74,104 total diamond drills. And it is, I think it's a pro level. Yep, pro level. Okay, so Earth Day. So many things happen in April. Even though spring happens in March, the repercussions of springing come forth. Excuse me, I need to wet my whistle. I have found I have to wet my whistle more often than not these days. I'm not sure if it is the mouthwash or the lack of teeth. But it's a drain, pain drain. I need to get some Smarties or something to put in my mouth to keep it lubricated. What was I saying? Okay, things that happen in April. Okay, so these have already passed by, but it's still important. You might want to mark it on your calendar for next year. But on the 1st and the 2nd, it's called the pink full moon. I didn't notice a pink moon, but I don't know. Maybe I'll put that on my calendar. This I got off from a Google. Oh, what else? Okay, and that's a global event. The blooming of the pink moon. Okay. This I thought was hilarious. On April 2nd, 1513, you heard that correct, folks. 1513, Ponce de Leon sighted Florida. Well, let's hear it for Ponce de Leon, because there are many Floridians would be very sad. Right, Maritza? If Ponce de Leon hadn't come found you. No, he didn't find you. He just sighted you. So that is another thing that Brittany and I are going to see that's pretty cool. Hopefully, if everything goes right, April 18th, up in New York State, there is a crystal convention that we are going to. This will be our first, never done anything like that before. And hopefully my Casey will come with us, since he's the one that pointed it out. And hopefully we are all feeling up to going. And let's see what else. Of course, Easter. Oh my gosh, April 6th. Every time I think of tomatoes, I think of Mindy. A few years ago, one of her pups got into the tomatoes and got so sick. They're fresh tomatoes, and you know, we all, our hearts still go out to Mindy. And I'm like, everything brings back. It's so, I don't even know why. It just reminded me of the tomatoes. I'm not sure which pup got in them, if it was Toffee or Tifa. But yeah, that was a memory indeed. And I don't think it happened in April, because these were all ripened and ready to go. But anyway, April 6th was Fresh Tomato Day. Our tomatoes don't ripen here until, June? July? Something like that. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. Of course, April Fool's Day, did I already say that? And for me, I don't know if it's just April, but they're starting to come up, because I stalk Mindy's down on the farm page for the tulips. I love tulips. And I think Mindy did it for me. She's like, I know my Brenda just loves tulips, so we're going to plant them extra special this year, last fall, when you put the tulips in the ground. So we'll have extra special tulips just for Brenda. Who knows? You never know, Mindy. We might pack a bag and drive out and see you. Yes. You never know what life might bring. Oh, I need to be invited? What? Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. Excuse me one more time. Gosh. Ugh. All right. Did you see anything? I don't know if you can see this or not. I found this at Dollar General the other day. I went in. This tray that I'm going to try and speed up the process of either light confetti, line block, any kind of whatever, square. I think it's just going to, in general, increase my drill laying time. What I'm going to do, I'm always trying new strategies. You gotta always try, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look, and I got some of this from Kara's post. I went back and looked at some of Kara, the principal diamond painter. She has a video on how to, I don't know if it's shortcuts. If I can find it again, I'll link it. I'll link it in my description. But hers is on how to, I have more of those drills in here. How to tackle confetti. And she suggested sectioning off a small square, only concentrating on that square. And what I'm doing is taking out my my drills, looking at the symbols, and pulling those bottles, because I don't work out of baggies. God forbid. That would be a woo. I know, Butter. I'm sorry, but I have to use this hand. I know, baby. I know, honey. So, yes, I am going to try. I know, sweet cakes. Speed up the process a little bit. Can you believe today is April 8th? Oops, done with that one. It's like, what? you guys. How is that even possible? I don't know how it's even possible. H. See, and I'm at my I's and my H's. Where this is an I. Where did my H go? I don't have the H. Okay, here's the H. See, I thought I had all these out, but I guess I did not. I don't have K out either. What in the world? I'm already sabotaging my plan. What? Oh, by the way, if this suddenly stops short, I am supposed to be getting some calls back concerning doctor's appointments and whatnot. We'll talk about that soon. So, can you think of anything in April that is special to you that you remember? Like maybe growing up, spring break. Did you go anywhere on spring break? What else happens? Oh, the tulips. Tulips happen. I would love to go to the main hub of where tulips, I think it's in Holland. I could be mistaken. Mindy would know. Yep, Mindy would know that fact. If it's in Holland where the great tulip blossom is. What else I want to talk about before we get to the nitty gritty? Yeah, so our event now yesterday, Mindy's turning the comments off to post your first week of progress for Mother Earth. So get on there and for the new week, post your progress for week 2. Yep, and you might be the lucky winner of a cover minder. This cover minder will be focused on our great Earth in celebration of Earth Day. I didn't mention Earth Day in April. What the heck is wrong with me, you guys? What in the world? April 22nd. Alexa, what day does April 22nd, 2026 fall? Let's see if she gets it right.
April 22nd, 2026 is a Wednesday.
It's a WIP Wednesday. Okay. So I will make sure to celebrate Earth Day with you guys. I don't know. Mindy always puts her WIPs out on Wednesday. She makes them on Tuesday, posts them on Wednesday. So maybe I could get her to post hers on Wednesday if I post mine on Wednesday. And maybe Maritza will post something on Wednesday for Earth Day. I don't know. I'm going to have to get with them so we can really, really shout out that day. All right. Well, I've done really, really crappy. Oh, nope. Got to say that. Because there's always something positive in the light of the negative. I was going to say I didn't do well at getting all my drills out. But I still have a drill that I can use. Okay. So, if you aren't participating in Mother Earth, why not? Get you an Earth thing. It's not too late to join. Get you something. There's so many canvases out there that relate to the Earth. It's not funny. If you have one with flowers, grab that baby. Join us. Are you doing the Dakota-thon? All of hers. You can double dip. Hers would relate to Earth because I don't think there's a one of hers that doesn't relate to the Earth. I'd love Dakota Dateweiler. I love Hannah Lynn. Yep. I don't know, maybe that was uncool to mention, but rules, there are no rules in diamond painting. I suppose there's rules in YouTube, but who wants to follow rules? Not me. Oh my gosh. Speaking of rule following, I have a story. I have a story to tell you. Okay, but first we'll end with this story and I'll do the health updates. Friends, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you know I've been having issues lately. I think my next whip and chat, I'm going to bring water instead of coffee. Coffee isn't much for wetting the whistle. Maybe water. And I think I mixed a few different drills in with this. I did. Yep, right along the side. How is there still static in that? How? Blech. Okay, hold on just a second, friends. Oh, hey, baby. I will put your head down just a minute. Shh. Yeah, put your head down. Yeah, there you go. Good girl. I have to pause the video, but I'll be right back. Ole right there, honey. Yeah, Ole right there. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I'm back in this. Probably shouldn't sing that. All right. Oh. I went and grabbed me a water. So, my whistle will be wetted. Yeah, there's the water, baby. Yeah, water. Water, yum. Yummy for your tummy. That's so good. Want some water? Why don't you drink out of your fountain? This is Lady's fountain. Yes, it is Lady's fountain. Oh, and I grabbed a swat. Oh, there goes my Smarties. Whoops. And I traded out some of the drills. Don't even think about it, middle miss. Okay, let's do the health first. Let's start with butter. I did a whole section or a whole pretty much on butter. So, you know, if you don't know where we're at with butter, say this is your first time here. Okay, butter is my baby kitty. And she's been having issues. Like I said, those issues are discussed in the one that says, butter all about me. Right, sweet cheeks? Yep, that's you. Yep. You the one. This afternoon, I figured I'd make my whip and chat first. So that can be loading up. Brittany and I will be going over to get her some more pain medicine today. She doesn't have to go for this one. When she was released from the hospital, she had gotten a shot of antibiotic, and it takes 2 weeks for that antibiotic to run its course. I'm thinking I'm going to double check when we get over there. I'm going to double check and see if that's when they want to do the teeth extraction. When I called yesterday to see about more pain medicine for her, I said she's starting to act like she's in pain again. I missed one of my drills. Now I can't find it. Okay. But I said that she's in pain again, and she isn't, careful, sweet cheeks. She isn't eating her greenies as well. Kind of like what started, oh, I lost my glue. Kind of like what started before she ended up going into the hospital. How she was acting that weekend. Which means her, mouth is in pain again. And It's like she can't rub hard enough on my arms or my hands, or she just wants to bear down, like she's trying to get rid of mouth pain. And she's been disappearing again more, you know, like cats do when they are in pain. They suffer alone. They are so strong. God bless all of our little animals that are so vulnerable. And, you know, it's left up to us humans to take care of our fur babies. And so many places now, even the place I go, has started a finance program. You know, if you can't pay the full amount, you can borrow up to a certain amount and 0 interest for a certain amount of time. So if you have a pet and you're like, oh, I just can't afford. Oh, hey, baby. Hold up. You turned off my light pad, sweet cheeks. Whoop, whoop, there you go. Ooh, isn't that hot? Isn't that warm on your belly? Huh? I'm not pushing you away. I just don't want you to get burnt, sweet cheeks. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Careful, careful. Easy with your teeth. Easy with your teeth, sweet cheeks. Thank you. Oh, now I made her mad. Yeah. Is that bothering? I know it's bothering, baby. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This afternoon you're going to get some more relief, I promise. I know, sweetie. And her pain medicine goes, it's a cream in a little tube, and you put it in the middle of her back, and I guess it works into her system through her skin over around her. I thought she could have it every 3 days, but I guess it's every 4 days. And they don't want her to have pill form because of her teeth. And I can't get the cream form only through, oh, whoa, 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 baby. Only through going over and picking it up. And it's a good hour drive away. You know, and she's worth it. Yeah, you know, she's my sweet cheek. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, whoa, careful. Let's not, can I bring this over here? Hey, honey. Wow. Butter, please. Thank you. You helping? Are you a little helper? I'll be so glad when my new light pad gets here. This is a little square one, and I've had the big one, the A1. And, yeah, Butter is used to that one. And be careful, don't choke on that. You don't want to stuff it down your, not your throat. You want me to do that color next? Are you just so disheveled you don't know? I'm sorry, sweetie. I know. I'm sorry doesn't do anything to help her pain. It doesn't, does it? Yeah, ooh, yuck. Grossy eye. Grossy eye. Oh, all right, so that's Butter. So hopefully once the antibiotic runs its course, they will do her teeth extraction for her lower jaw. Her lower ones. Of course, you know, it's the running joke that Butter's going to be looking like her lady. No teethers. No teethers, McGee. Yep, doing that one next, sweetie. You want that one next? Okay. All right, we'll do that one next. All right, so Brittany. We'll talk about Brittany next. Oh, careful. You're going to knock yourself out there, Snookums. Brittany's not felt good for a while. She finally went to the doctors yesterday. They want her. She's just. I'm not going to tell you particulars. It's not my story to tell. Other than she needs prayers right now. You know, it's scariest when you don't know what you're dealing with or what you're working with. Hopefully within by Friday, hopefully her doctor will pull some strings so she can get in for a CAT scan of her head and neck or whatever they're going to do there, her upper head and neck, to check out her artery there in her neck. And she has an appointment tomorrow with a chiropractor. And then tomorrow I have pain management appointment. And thank God, literally, and I mean that, not saying it in a sarcastic, flippant kind of way. Literally, thanks the good Lord that I am pretty much up on my game right now. See, there's that one. Because, you know, the table's flipped a little bit. I even drove to the, excuse my arm, peeps. I even drove to the doctor's appointment yesterday. Yep, she rode with me. You heard that. I love you. Okay. I am finally caught up on my dishes and most of my laundry from when I got my teeth out. You're probably like, I thought you said you get like 45 hours of help a week, and I do. But there are certain chores that I'm responsible for, so I don't get lazy and my body, you know what I mean? Your body can go to hell in a handbasket real fast if you don't push forward and, you know, do what you need to do. This is 7, right? Yeah, it is. You know, so I am tasked with, say, like dishes. You know, obviously, unless I have cellulitis or whatnot. But my chores are the dishes, small loads of laundry. If it's too big of a load, you know, Brittany will carry it for me. Or I'll slide it along the floor to get it to the stairs. And, yeah, I need my iPad, honey. Oh, I know. I'm going to tell one more story, and then I'm going to then we'll get off of here, okay? Yeah, okay. All right, so that's health. You don't want me to touch you? Okay, I'll put my hand down there. Is that better? I really want my light pad on, no butter. I do. I really, really do. Okay, there you go. How's that? My hand's right there. Okay. I am thinking, I could be wrong. I have a story. That's going to make me sound like a creeper. I'm just going to tell the story. I had to send a package out. And the person that I sent this package out to reminded me of a certain area where I grew up and went to high school at. And the introduction is just really, really, okay. Rewind. I have a story to tell you from high school. Okay, here's your time to bow out if you don't like my stories. Many of you already know. You want to come over, baby? You want over here? Yeah? Okay. There we go. There you go. Do you want the window open? Hold on, you guys. Just a second. I'm going to open the window for her and see if that helps. Hold up. Okay. I am back. She didn't want the window open, but she took a snacky. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Story time. When I was in high school in 10th grade, this is a long, long time ago, I was forced. That was my opinion. It wasn't that, my dad had to go where the job was. And at that time, he was out of the Air Force and in the civil service. And he took a job in Michigan. And Algonac is where we lived. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know, I'm not that important anyways. Oh, I'm not a famous person yet. Do you notice I said yet? One day I'll be famous. So, the school that I came from was kind of, I don't know, I would say kind of prissy. I guess that would be kind of, it was just different than the school that I went to. Like, my first day of school, there was a bomb threat. I couldn't get my locker open, and the girl that come to help me, she kind of smelled like old liquor. And I went home that afternoon, and I begged my mom to please let me go back and finish school. They said just 2.5 years, and I would have graduated. And I was just like, begged her, please. She was like, no. And she said to this, she's passed, God rest her soul. But obviously, I'm 64. Obviously, I guess she could be, really, really old. But, she told me I would conform. And I was like, I don't want to conform. I want to go home. I said, there's schools that aren't even taking the graduates' college applications that graduate from this school. And I can't remember where I learned that from, whether it was the guidance counselors trying to motivate us or what. But yeah, that's what I thought back when I was 10th grade. 10th grade, I think I had just turned 15 in 10th grade. So in 11th grade, I started to conform, started drinking, doing other stuff, and there was my best friend ever. Her health class was going to the Special Olympics. They were holding the Special Olympics at a community college. It was Macomb County College. I'm pretty sure it was community college. Been a few years. And there was another class going too. So we got this swift idea. If there's 2 classes going, they're not going to know which class I'm in. right? And we had they had huge buses out there with a flat nose. That was different. And so we took two of those, excuse me, we had two of those buses. No, maybe only one. And so when they did roll call, my friend and I, we sat in the back because we could sit wherever we wanted. Well, of course, we sat in the back. And when they did roll call, I acted like I dropped something on the floor and bent over when they did head count. So their head count was right. And so we get to the college, and oh my gosh, the group of us, we had a great group of friends. We really did. And we didn't cause a lot of trouble. Just enough to keep the authorities on their feet. And we're walking around and, we're talking to all the kids and whatnot. And our gym teacher at the time, she's mean, you guys. She was mean. I don't know if you ever, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of that movie now. But she reminded me of the gym teacher in that movie, too, where they made all these guys stand in a line and put their little tallywhacker through the hole to identify which one frontaled the gym teacher. What in the world was the name of that? I can't remember the name of that movie. Darn it, you guys. So she comes up to us with the other gym teacher. And I was like, oh, we're in trouble. My friend was like, no, we're not. Just lie. Deny. I was like, I'm not good at lying. I said, I always get caught. She's like, oh, you do fine. So the one female gym teacher, she's like, Brenda, when did you join the other gym class? And of course, the other gym teacher the health teacher standing right there and knows that I'm not in his class. And I said, I didn't. And Kathy elbowed me. Oops. You don't know who she is anyway. She elbowed me. And I looked at her like, well, what am I going to say? And she was like, well, does your mother know you're here? And now that I lied and I said, yes, she does. She's like, okay, as long as your parents know that you're here, even though you didn't get a permission slip, have fun, because when you get back, we're going to go see the vice principal. The vice principal was beyond scary. Beyond scary. You give me the principal any day. He and I got along real well, but not that vice principal. He was a real dink. The year previous, there was a guy that was graduating, and he got up on the cafeteria stage, mooned the cafeteria, got caught, got suspended, and wasn't allowed to graduate. That's what a wink he is, that vice principal was. Woo. Mean. I mean, come on. He didn't hurt anything. So, of course, my friends, they're there all legit and whatnot. They're off to have fun. I said, well, I got to go call my mom, let her know where I'm at. And call Mom. I'm like, Mom, if school calls, this is where I'm at, and you know where I'm at. Yeah. She's like, Brenda, what are you doing now? So, I'm like, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. You guys, okay, where's this story going, right? I kind of thought that for a second. So, we all gathered around at lunchtime. And this is how much care that this school took with the students. There's a main hub called Gratiot, and it runs into Detroit. At least back then it seemed like a really big highway or I don't even know what you, Gratiot Boulevard. I can't remember what it was called now. Well, I can't remember. But anyway, it was like you got your 2 lanes, you got your turn-in lane this way, turn-in lane that way. Then you got the other side of the traffic going the opposite way. Well, way over across 6 or however many lanes of traffic is a McDonald's, okay? And they said to us, you guys can go across to McDonald's if you want. You know, just make sure you're back by such and such a time. I was like, dang, I don't want to cross that road. Well, none of us did, but we wanted McDonald's. So, boom, but bow wow, we start across. Well, this convertible pulls up. Yes. And these guys were like, hey, ladies, where are you headed? And we were like, oh, college guys. Oh, yeah. And we're like, oh, we were just going to go to McDonald's across the road there. And they were like, that's an awful busy street to cross. Would you like a ride? Absolutely. Stupid. We all barreled it. Well, there was me, my bestie, and another girl. And there was 2 guys. So we piled in their Mustang. And we get out and ready to cross traffic. And they were like, did you really want to go to McDonald's or did you want to see the sights? Well, duh, we want to see the sights. We're not hungry. Never hungry. So we get going. Would you guys want a beer? Absolutely. Absolutely, we'll take a brew. So we popped the lid. And we're having a good old time. And all of a sudden it dawned on us, uh-oh, I bet our lunch is over with. You guys, hours had passed. Okay? Literally hours. And we were like, hey, you got to get us back to the college right now. Thank God they did. And we pulled in. The Special Olympics was done. The parking lot was empty. And the bus was loaded and waiting for us. Literally, yeah, waiting for us. And we were like, oh, this is not going to be good. I was like, I'm so dead. I am so dead. You know, it was bad enough for my friends there. But, you know, I'm sorry, not to be self-centered, but I was going to get the brunt of it because I wasn't even supposed to be there to begin with. I was just like, I'm dead. I am dead. I'm never going to see daylight again. Well, the mean gym teacher and the nice gym teacher were both standing out there waiting for us. No, the other bus had left. The chaperone and the mean gym teacher were waiting for us. So there were 2 buses, one for each class. And she was like, didn't your parents ever warn you about strangers and not taking rides from strangers? Do you realize? Blah, blah, blah. This is what we were, not now, I don't think that. Now I'm like, wow, that could have been really, really bad. You know, but at the time, 15 years old, 16, it's probably 16 at this time because it was in the spring. And my birthday's in the winter. Yeah, so I was probably, I guess 16. So my friend, my bestie, they were dropping people off on the way back to the school as they lived, so their parents didn't have to come pick them up and just drop them off from the bus. My friend was like, just get off the bus with me. I was like, all right, I'll do that. You know, I'll take what I take when I get home. I just don't want to go back to the school. So, she and I we're getting ready to get off. It was her stop. The gym teacher puts her arm. Boom. across the aisle. Where are you going? Don't say I live there. And she was like, my friend was like, to say you live there, they don't know. I said, but they will know. She's like, you need to learn how to lie. So she's like, I don't think you need to get off at this stop. She's like, I think there's a special vice principal waiting for you at the school. And I was like, oh no. So, yeah, I'm the last one on the bus. How much fun is it, do you think it is now for me? Yeah. It's all fun and games with you when you're a group of friends, you know? It's not so much fun when you're all alone. There's no one there beside you. Yeah. We get back to the high school, and I was sitting out in the office waiting. Well, nobody was in the office, so I left the office, and I went to find one of my favorite teachers, and she's like, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm in deep doo-doo. And she's like, where are you supposed to be? I said, the bathroom. She's like, well, you need to get to the bathroom. I said, how am I going to get out of this? She's like, you're not. She taught, actually, she was my health teacher. She taught all kinds of things like, that's when they taught things like how to pick out furniture, what to look for, child development, gym. That was all like combined into a class. And she's like, get back to the office. I said, but he's going to be so mean to me. So I get back to the office, and they were like, well, lucky for you, he's left for the day. But we're going to get you tomorrow at school, so don't you relax yet. I said, well, where's my mom? She coming to get me? Oh, no, she couldn't leave the kids. The gym teacher's taking you home. I was like, oh, no. I don't want to be alone in the car with her. You know, I'll be alone in the car with strangers, but don't put me alone in the car with the gym teacher. Not the gym teacher, the dreaded gym teacher. So she had this big old boat, kind of like on Matilda, Miss Trunchbull. That's another one to compare her to, is Miss Trunchbull. So I told her where to go, and not literally where to go. I told her how to get to my house. And thank goodness it was like, I don't know, 10, 15-minute drive, if that. And she's like, well, she said, I want to talk to your mom. Of course, now I'm home now, so I've got my attitude back. And of course, the gym teacher, she had to give me the lecture. You're a good student. What's wrong with you? You know, you could be a straight A student if you applied yourself. You know, all the above. And I was yada. Tried, you know, just want to get home. I'm like, yeah, being nice to her. Well, the minute I got out of the car, I flipped her the bird. And she was just shook her head. And Mom at that point was outside at the car, and Mom growled at me like, what in the world is wrong with you? And I was like, I don't care. You know, I didn't want to move here. And so, thank God, Mom never told my stepdad. And she told me years later, she's like, you'd have never seen the light of day had I told him. So next day at the school, this is about the end of the story, guys. And the next day at school, every time, you know how like the loudspeaker for announcements, they kind of they'll go beep, beep, beep to let you know it's coming on. It'll make a sound. Well, all of us in our little group there's like 4 or 5 of us, every time, especially us three that left, every time the announcement, the loudspeaker came on, we would hold our breath and look at each other. We were no longer allowed to sit next to each other in class or study halls. And so we would be looking at each other. Oh, that was another thing on the way home, the ride home on the bus. We all opted to sit next to each other so we could, make a plan. So the gym teacher was like, oh, hell no. Yeah, we got split apart. She says, you guys aren't going to be concocting a story here. Oh, no, 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 you will not be sitting together. I was like, meh. But somehow Kathy got it to me to get off same, but that didn't work either. So, yeah. We never got in trouble for any of that. None of us ever got called to the office. But by the end of the day, I was known as the stowaway. The whole school was mad at me because the school stopped doing field trips. I ruined it for, I don't know when or if they ever, I'm sure they have by now. But, yeah, I know in my 12th grade year, they still didn't have field trips. Maybe they were just waiting for us to graduate. Yeah, unsure, but there was a lot of undergrads that were mad at me. The seniors, they didn't care. They were going to have their senior trip. They didn't, give two cares about it, but of course, then you had the snobs that snobbed me anyway, so I didn't really care about them. So, yeah, I tell you, you know what? I was so nerdy when I first moved there. This is it. Now I'm going to shut up. I got to get ready to go get her medicine. I was in secretarial business office. That's what I took, business management. And I tried out for business office education club. Anyway, so I'm in this typing class, and it was the coolest teacher ever and the coolest people in that class ever, and I just wanted to be a part of it. You guys, this is how silly and stupid and ignorant and dumb I was. I had remember the Electrolux typewriters? They were so cool. Well, certain ones worked, certain ones didn't work. Well, I found one that was had that sound. You didn't do that. You did that click, then it just returned right? They said, okay, I want you to move down to the next typewriter. Okay, I thought she said to move the typewriter with you down, to move all the typewriters down. You guys, I am down on my hands and knees under the tables, unhooking my cord from the electrical outlet. I'm on my hands and knees, and she's like, I'll never forget, she was so cool. She wasn't married. She's like, Brenda, what are you doing? I'm moving the electricity, Miss Yada Yada. She said, get up. The whole class was staring at me. And she's like, just take your books and move down an electrical typewriter. You're not moving the typewriter. Okay, there's cheerleaders in there. They looked at me and started laughing. This is like my first and second week there in the school district. I wanted to die. It was terrible. Terrible. Yeah. Let me know if you want to hear more stories about that, because I have lots. Yeah. How many years ago? So many. Okay, you guys. Gosh, I think I've gone over my hour. Maybe. If I've gone over too much, I will split it up somehow. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. And, I've gone over my time because the chiropractor called me back. Love you guys. Have a great week. Get those posts. Get your progress post up. Thank you for everyone who has supported me in my yucky time. Thank you. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for all of those. Remember to hit that like button if you like my stories. And subscribe. Please subscribe. All right. Tell your friends about me. Yeah, hit that share button. Yeah, woo. Okay, talk to you guys later. Love you. And au revoir. And aardvark. Bye you.